Are you a manager or a leader? That's what I'm going to talk about today. Manager or leader? Which one are you? I have a lot of people that come to me, especially on my team, and they're like, I need to be a leader. I need to know how to be a leader. And I've worked, and how many of y'all have actually worked? Has anybody ever worked? Everybody should work, right? So everybody's worked at some point, and they may have a boss or a leader or a manager. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So as you're hopping in, hello. If you're catching me on the replay, comment replay below. I'd love to come back and tell you thank you for watching. So please, right now, if you're watching the replay, comment replay below. But all of you live viewers, thank you for hopping on. We're going to talk about being a manager versus being a leader today. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Jennifer Stroman, hashtag Glitter CEO. I love all things magical, unicorns, rainbows, glitter, you name it. I love it. I actually changed it up a little bit for your view for right now, and you can see my glitter curtain. You can't see all the unicorns back here, but they're there. And I'm going to talk to you about management versus leading, because I think this is very important for all of you. And if you are in this industry, if you're in network marketing, then you can really relate to getting into management mode versus being a leader. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Hey, Kel, thank you. So as you're hopping in, let me know that you're here. Drop me a 1 below so that I know that you are alive and present and know how to count. Put a number 1 below. So are you a manager or a leader? I'm curious. Do you think that you're a manager or do you think that you're a leader? Because here's the difference. Most people can do both. You can be both. You can be a manager and you can be a leader. Most managers, though, they start to worry, right? They start to think, maybe my team doesn't like me. Maybe my team doesn't understand me. Maybe, and this isn't just in network marketing. This is in any job, you know, and I've worked in other places. I've worked in a law office. I've worked in a bank, and you work, my hair's like weird right there. I need to fix that. So you work in these places and they have a team too. It's their employees. Their employees are their team. My hair really, like, that's going to drive me insane. Fix the hair, Jen. Fix the hair. Seriously, guys. Okay. Real life, guys. Real life. Okay. But I mean, honestly, like whether you're in a McDonald's, you've got a team, like your team are your employees. They're the people that you're working with, right? Like you could be the manager of this group and they're on a team. If you totally get me and you following me, give me a number 2, you understand what I'm saying? So you can manage a team, right? You can lead a team. It doesn't matter whether you're in a real job, like they say. There's not anything realer than a network marketing job. But, anyways, whether you're in network marketing or any other industry, you're managing a team, right? So if you're a leader and if you're in a management position, so if you're in this position, some of them I've known are like, I don't know if this person likes me. I don't know how they feel about me, or they don't really like when I'm telling them what to do, or maybe you feel like you haven't earned their respect. You can't get their respect. Managers have a tendency to, because you're in a different bracket, right? Because you're a manager, you're not like them. So you're positioned in a different place. So it's very hard in an employee management position that the employee feels comfortable with the manager, right? So how do you break that barrier? How do you change that? Because it's the same thing in network marketing, and that's really what I'm going to be talking about is network marketing and being a leader in this industry. It's hard to break that barrier, but also keep a boundary, because as a leader, you are holding yourself accountable. You're holding yourself at a higher level. You should have a higher level of integrity. You should be doing things differently. So what I really want to talk to you about is there's 3 things that you can do to really be a leader versus being a manager. And I'm going to go through those, and I want to give you a couple tips too. Because I have a lot of people who come to me and say, even on my team, like, I need to work on leadership skills. Like, I just don't know really how to do this. So a manager can bark orders. Anybody had a manager bark orders? Drop me a 3 below. Anybody have a manager that can, a boss who can tell you what to do? Drop me a 3 below. So a manager barks orders. A manager can dictate for sure. They can tell you what to do. And if you are an employee and there's a management position, they are very good at that. They are very good at cracking the whip. They're very good at pointing out that you didn't show up on time. They're very good at telling you when you didn't do something right. And they're not very good at always telling you when you did something right? And so, if you've ever experienced that, drop me number 3 below. But Managers know how to execute things. They know how to get the job done. They know what they're doing. That's why they're in that position. They're in the position because they earned it. They're in the position because maybe they've been there longer, maybe they have a higher education, whatever it is. And in network marketing, it's because you earned it too. You climbed the ranks. You got there because you worked your butt off. So in that position, you do have to execute things. You do have to know how to manage a team. You do have to be able to lay things out. But the difference is a leader has a vision and inspires others. Does anybody know a leader in their life? Do they have a leader in their life? Drop me a heart below. Drop me a red heart below if you know somebody who's a true leader in your life. Because you can definitely point them out. It's somebody who people follow. It's somebody who people look up to. It's somebody who people love to get their inspiration from. It's somebody that people are constantly wanting to be around because they are contagious. Their leadership is contagious. So the first thing that you need to do in order to be a leader versus being a manager is you need to leave your ego at the door. It's got to stay there. You've got to shut the door. You've got to leave that ego there, because just because you've earned that position to be there, just because you know what you're doing, just because you may be better in certain ways, you need to be able to get in the dirt with your team. You need to stay in the trenches. You need to do what they do, and you need to lead from the front. You need to show them what you're doing and that you're doing it with them, that you're right alongside them, that you're locking arms and running with them. If you are not showing that, you're not being a leader. You're not. Sorry, not sorry. You're not leading if you can't get in the dirt with them. And if you were sitting in a work setting and it's a management position, if that manager doesn't know how to do your job, then why are they a manager? It's the same thing. You need to be able to walk what you're saying, like walk the talk. I mean, honestly, if you can't do it, then don't expect them to do it. If you don't want to show them how to do it, don't expect your team to do it. I can get an amen on that one. Okay, if you want to get the job done, you've got to be able to do that. Whatever it takes, you've got to lead from the front and stay in the trenches. Number two, and I'm going to go very quickly here. Listen to their needs and brainstorm. So this one was important to me because I have a feeling that many of y'all have been in a position where you've got a manager and they don't listen to you. Like I said, they dictate. They tell you what to do. They tell you how to do things. They tell you when to do things. You have a set schedule and a set way of doing things. However, they don't listen. If you have a better idea, they don't listen. They don't care. They know how it was written in the manual. That's how they're going. They're going off the rules. So a leader will listen. A leader will take some criticism. A leader will take everything that you're saying to heart and go back and think about this and brainstorm. If you're struggling, they'll listen to you and then they'll come up with some ways that they feel that you can fix whatever you're struggling with, and they'll brainstorm with you. If you are being led, that person is going to actually sit down with you and figure out what are you lacking and what can we do to make sure that you are better at whatever that is. Hey Cheryl, hey Brooke. So you've got to be able to lead. You don't want to be, cracking the whip on those things. You've got to listen. Don't be the one always talking. Okay, you got to listen. When I do coaching calls, I'm always like listening. I listen to them. I ask them, what are they struggling with? And when they start to tell me what they're struggling with, I ask questions. I'm getting more information. I'm listening to them. I want to hear what it is they're struggling with. And sometimes they may answer their own question as they're going along talking. So you need to listen. Open your ears and shut your mouth if you really want to lead. Good word of advice. If you agree with me on that some people need to shut their mouth and listen more, drop me an ear below or the little emoji that's like that. So number 3, I love this one. This one is my favorite. It's my favorite because it's something that I had to learn because I'm going to take a tangent here for a minute. They always say like a leader can be a naturally born leader. Like you can just start out. Like I believe that and I don't, because part of it is you're just bossy. You're just bossy. You want everybody to do what you say and you tell them how to do it. I grew up being a bossy little girl. I was a bossy little girl from day one. I let my brother know exactly what he needed to do and how he needed to do it. I was a little bossy thing. My daughters are both, all 3 of them are fairly bossy. One in particular is extremely bossy. So yes, you could be born with that like management mentality, but changing it to a leader is totally different. So when you get to that leadership mode and now you're going to lead a team, that's where number 3 comes in. Hey Megan, hey Tammy, how are you ladies? This is where it's so important. You have got to stay out of your comfort zone. Holla. Yes. Yes. I love this one. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Makes me so excited. Throw me up some glitter because I love this one. If you cannot get out of your comfort zone, you will not get anywhere in your business, in your life, at all. So if you're wanting to lead a team, if you're wanting to lead a tribe, if you're wanting to lead an organization, hey Sabrina, you have got to get out of that comfort zone and live outside that comfort zone. You have to do things that you would not normally do. You have to walk differently than you would normally walk. You've got to take journeys in a different direction. You have got to stay out of that comfort zone. It's very easy to go back to the comfort zone. You know what it's like. It's like sweatpants and a sweatshirt with no stinking bra on and nowhere to go, and you haven't shaved in a week, and it doesn't matter. Your hair's greasy and you got you a bottle of wine. Comfort zone. Drop me some wine below. I'd really love some wine. I haven't been drinking in a while, but I'd love a glass of wine. Anyways, that like comfort. You get in that comfort zone. It's that like, whatever. And if you are not getting out of that and constantly challenging yourself, you're not growing. So if you're not growing, how do you expect your team to grow? Because go back to number 1 and number 2. Are you actually leading? Did you leave your ego behind? Or are you still stuck on, hey, they can do it, I don't have to do it, that's their job, that's not my job, I don't do that stuff anymore? Number 2, are you actually going to like stay in the trenches with them and run with them, or are you sitting on the couch in that little comfort zone drinking your wine? Because when you get to that comfort zone, it's hard to get out. It's hard to get out. So the analogy I just gave you in the sweatpants and all that, it's really hard to get off of that like Netflix. It's really hard to get out of the watching the Netflix for 2 hours, 3 hours, 10 hours. It's really hard to get up and say, okay, I need to go shower and get my life together because Lord knows I cannot watch another one of these episodes, but I really want to watch it because I need to see what happens on Grey's. Like you get into this, you go back to that comfort zone and you're going to sit there and you're going to watch all of Grey's, which has how many seasons now? So you're going to get stuck and complacent. You can't do that as a leader. You've got to stay out of your comfort zone and off of Netflix. You've got to stay out of your comfort zone. Can I get an amen? So staying out of your comfort zone doesn't just mean getting off the couch, okay? Getting out of your comfort zone means a lot of things. What are things that you would not normally do as a leader? You're staying in the trenches just like everybody else. You're trying to run alongside them, but you're also doing things that maybe you wouldn't have done before because you were scared. That's where it comes in. Were you scared to send a message to someone? Were you scared to try to work with someone? Were you scared to approach someone? Maybe you didn't have the confidence to carry yourself as a leader, and now you're having to learn how to be confident. And that's not your comfort. Whatever it is, you've got to get out of that comfort zone if you want to lead a team. You've got to walk the walk that you are talking. You've got to do what you're asking others to do, and you've got to show them the way. But you've got to do that outside that comfort zone and off Netflix and out of those sweatpants. Leaders are just like managers in a lot of ways, okay? They know how to execute something. They know how to do this stuff. They know how to make things happen, right? Do they know how to make things happen? Give me some hands up. Managers and leaders know how to get things done. They know how to make things happen. Thank you. I love the little like metallic in here. And it's like darker at the top. Anyways, she said she liked my hair, so I had to point that out. But it's a choice. It's a choice to lead, and it's a choice to dictate. Okay? It's a choice to inspire and empower others, and it's a choice to belittle someone. It's a choice. It's a choice that we make to be the bossy little girl or to lead a pack. So recapping, You have got to be able to leave the ego behind, number one. You've got to be able to be walking and talking and running with your people. You got to stay in the trenches, and you have got to listen to their needs. What is it that they need? And then number three, you've got to live outside your comfort zone. If you want to lead a team, you've got to get out your comfort zone. There is no way that you are going to get anything done sitting in your sweatpants, watching the Netflix, drinking your wine, as much as you may like that. And let's throw some Twix in there too, because I love Twix. But honestly, guys, you have got to get out of that comfort zone and work with your team and do what others would not do. You know, as I've progressed through the years and I've led so many different teams, whether it be in a employment situation to a situation where I'm in network marketing, wherever, whether it be in some club to network marketing, wherever I've had to lead, whether it be my little kid club that I used to have a kid club and they had to do things and I was the leader, but wherever it was that I have led, I've progressively grown. And one of the biggest things that I've grown and learned to do is to stay out of my comfort zone. If it doesn't feel comfortable, if it feels a little scary, then I know I'm in the right place. I know I'm in the right place. I know I'm doing what I need to do. Because if I can't do it, how can I expect others to do it? If I can't reach out to that person that I'm scared to death to reach out to, how can I expect someone else to do the same? Lead from the front, listen to their needs, and you're going to have a powerhouse team. One thing that I will also add before we get off here, and if you are loving what I am throwing down, make sure you hit that share button. You've got to have emotion. You got to have emotion. That's not on my list, but I'm going to throw that in there because I think it's very important. When you are a manager, you kind of separate yourself. This is my position. This is your position. I'm up here. You're down here. It's the way it is. This is the way we work. I used to have when I worked at the bank, I had an amazing, amazing boss. But she was so like, turn off the emotion. You didn't know anything about her. She wasn't going to talk to you about things. She would break down every once in a while and give you a little, but you really didn't know her. Like, she was not going to communicate with you. That was work, and that's the way it was. When you saw her outside of work, totally different person. But when she was in that workplace, it was game on. And if there's no emotion, if you're not connecting with your team, if you're not connecting with your tribe, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just not. You've got to turn on that emotion, and you've got to be compassionate. You've got to be considerate, and you've got to pour your heart out to your team. Those are ways that you're going to be a leader, guys. So I asked you earlier, and I'll ask you again, are you a manager or are you a leader? I want to know. Let me know. Are you a manager or are you a leader? And if you found any value in this, please hit the share button, tag your friends, and we will be back soon. I don't know. What topic do we want to do next? I'm not sure. I don't know what I want to do next. We'll figure it out. All right, guys. I will see you later. Bye.